So stop me if you heard this before. Donald Trump is crazy. He's crying over the fact that someone made fun of him. Well, if you have heard it before, you're going to hear it again, because once again, Donald Trump is lashing out at Saturday Night Live for them making fun at him. But the joke's on him, actually, in more ways than one. So, what happens at Saturday Night Live, which is not scheduled to air another episode, new episode until the end of the month, which is March 30th. They did a rerun of an episode they did before. This is kind of the funny part about this, because here Trump is actually lashing out over a show that he's already seen and a show he's already lashed out at, and what he's got to say is real disturbing. And let me get to that in a minute. So after this show aired, this rerun, he goes on Twitter and goes, "It's truly incredible that shows like Saturday Night Live, not funny, no talent, can spend all their time knocking the same person, me, over and over without so much of a mention of the other side. Like an advertisement without consequences. Same with late night shows. Should federal election commissions and or the FCC look into this? There must be collusion with the Democrats and, of course, Russia. Such one-sided media coverage. Most fake news. Hard to believe I won and I'm winning. Approval rating 52%, 93% with Republicans. Sorry. Hashtag MAGA." First off, where did he pull down? Approval rating 52%? Last I checked, it was in the low 40s. And Republicans at 93%, that also seems a bit high, although more reasonable. But it's actually a little lower than that. It's not 93%. So I don't know where he pulled down. Secondly, not funny, no talent? Yeah. Speaking of not funny, no talent. Collusion? There must be collusion with the Democrats? No. Saturday Night Live is comedy satire. It is comedy satire which pokes fun at anyone they can find. I'm sure they poked fun at Donald Trump long before he became president, but that's beside the point. Here, well, you got Saturday Night Live, and as I mentioned in the video before, they've done it to other presidents and other government officials. I mean, they've done it to Barack Obama, they've done it to W. Bush, they've done it to Clinton, they've done it to the late H.W. Bush. So, yeah, you're not the only one, Donnie. And this goes right into that disturbing point. I mean, not funny, no talent. He doesn't even realize that that the episode that was run was actually a rerun of an episode beforehand, probably back in January. I'm not going to specify what episode that is. I'm just going to say right there, it's the same episode you've seen before. You don't recognize that it's an old episode. This is what I'm getting from Donald Trump when he watches Saturday Night Live come after him. Stop making fun of me! Please stop! Why make fun of me? I'm sorry if that's over the top for you guys, but that's beside the point. He's lashing out and wants Saturday Night Live to be investigated by the FEC and the FCC for making fun of him. Donald Trump has no skin. Well, if there is any skin, it's so thin. It's like this thin right here. That's how thin his skin is. Can't believe it actually has that. Go figure. I mean, you had Barack Obama's skin, which is a little thicker, something like this. And I know I mean it, but still, Clinton, W. Bush, H.W. Bush, skin like this thick. So Donnie, a little more advice for you. You might want to do your research in order to make sure that you know the episode. This was a rerun, and they were saying the same. They were pretty much the same jokes that they told you before that you lashed out at. So they didn't do anything different, yet you're the one still acting out. Why? And upon all this, there's also what happened over in New Zealand, where you had a gunman who had a 73-page manifesto with mentioning of Donald Trump. Sure, it may have been mentioned once, but the fact that it was mentioned at all shows whose side it was on. This was a guy who killed 50 people at a mosque in New Zealand. And I'll get to another video of that one. But what happened is that Donald Trump was like, well, look, I'm just offering my thoughts and prayers to the people who were killed, without ever mentioning the fact that they were Muslims or that they were killed by a white nationalist. But when asked that, he said, "Look, there's nothing to worry about. It's only a small faction. It's not a huge one." No. All these mass shootings, almost all these mass shootings, I don't know, I had that 4 ideas left, but almost all these mass shootings have been done by white nationalists, white supremacists. These casualties, these tragedies. And you still have Dylan Roof back in 2015, who killed 9 in a Charleston, South Carolina church. You also had neo-Nazis, white supremacists in Charlottesville, who killed 32-year-old Heather Heyer. But now I'm trailing off a little bit. Donald Trump has no idea what's going on. And it gets worse by the day. It gets real bad. And the fact that this guy cannot hold himself accountable shows how mentally ill he is. Now, the Constitution, and I know the Republicans are saying this is unconstitutional. How is it unconstitutional when it's in the Constitution? How does that make sense? But the Constitution has something called the 25th Amendment, which can impeach the president for actions and for, a lot of items like instability, mental and emotional instability, violence against political parties, which he has now issued. And, I'll get to that. I mean, he goes off on this little tangent, saying this: I can tell you, I have support of the police, the support of the military, the support of the bikers for Trump. I have the tough people. But they don't play it tough until the liberals, go to a certain point. And that would be very bad. Very bad! The 25th Amendment cannot come any sooner. There is all sorts of evidence that Trump is not fit for the presidency. I don't care what anyone like McConnell or Lindsey Graham have to say. And Lindsey Graham can kiss my ass about that, because Lindsey Graham says, we're not doing this until there's an investigation on Hillary Clinton emails, which have already been done time and time again with no evidence. The 25th Amendment needs to happen. I don't care what anyone else has to say. We have a president who is threatening people just for speaking out. We have a president who cries at being poked at, even if it's just a one little nugget. President Donald Trump needs to be impeached. And for all those people on the right, all those Trump supporters, if you have any problem with that, talk to me. Talk to me personally, and I'll tell you why he needs to go.